One time I was driving this 95 Ford Taurus when I worked at the Ford dealership, and what I would do is I would record material off the radio, these talk shows and stuff that I was listening to. And so what I wanted to do, my wife had given me this cassette recorder, and I came off of the amplifier RCA outputs on the back of the radio and went to a 1/8 stereo jack and went into the recorder. And I could actually mash the record button on that recorder, and it would make beautiful cassette tapes of these programs I was listening to. And so I could listen to them when I was on a trip or something. I would build these things. But I ran into a problem. The people, I would leave the car switch on accessory and just leave the window down, because it's parking in the employee parking lot anyway. And people would invariably, they'd come by and they'd hear the radio playing. They'd go over to my car. They would see that the key was switched in accessory, and they'd think, oh, he forgot left his keys in his car. And so they would turn it off and bring me my keys and interrupt what I was trying to record. So I came up with a solution for this. What I did was, I set it so that I could reach under the dash and I could push a button, and it would keep the radio fired up, even without the key in it. And then, now you gotta figure this out. And then whenever I walked by a little bit later, when the program was done and the tape was through recording, I'd just be within range and I would chirp my horn and the radio would drop out.
You had a relay on there, and when it found ground.
Had it up there no more, never mind.
What? What were you looking at?
The,
Okay, so what we gotta do is,
thing, the triangle, and the,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, you're looking for the EIR, okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, watch this. This is how I did this. This is how I did this. That's the horn. You got that? Okay. This is the radio. This is a simplified version of what I did. Okay. This is my little momentary push button switch I got from Radio Shack. You got that? All right, the momentary push button switch from Radio Shack. I've got to make sure that I'm getting this in my picture. All right, so this is my relay. Oh no, the horn's grounded. The radio's grounded. Okay, this is my relay right here. Okay. This is the coil, common, normally closed, normally open. You got that? Okay, so how would I be able to wire this up so that when I push this button, this would stay fired up? See the B plus going to, I actually had to put a diode right here. Okay, the B plus, I needed this to stay hot until I chirped the horn. Okay, it's a problem solving thing. What you gonna do? No takers, huh?
You're gonna put it on your normally open terminal?
I know, but what I'm doing, this is a momentary switch. And when I touch a momentary switch, this relay needs to close and stay closed until I chirp the horn.
Oh, so you put it on your normally closed, and then when you chirp the horn, it goes back to normally open. It turns.
Oh, so it's gonna keep the relay energized all the time and kill my battery, or what? Because if you got this coil drawing current, it's gonna kill your battery. I don't want that coil drawing current. Now this situation where the thing was at the radio playing was only gonna last probably 30 minutes, tops. And when I walked by out there, I was always going back and forth on the service light to get cars. And I'd be close to my car and I would just chirp the horn and the radio would drop out. Or if you wanted to listen to it, so you didn't even have to have the key in the car. You could just reach under there if you knew where the little button was and push it. And it would energize the radio and the radio would come on and stay on. You guys wanna know how I did that, right? I'm gonna show you. All right. I'm gonna take this other colored marker if it will still mark. And what I did was, okay, now, oh, wait a minute, I gotta draw another relay over here. This is the,
This is whooping my tail.
that ain't all I had to do. Okay, this right here, that's the horn relay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so the horn relay has got that wire coming off, B plus, this goes to the horn switch, this is ground. All right, you guys paying attention?
Yes, sir.
All right, now watch this. Now watch this real close. See where you would ordinarily hook this up?
Ground. Oh, you're grinding through the horn. Okay.
All right, now then, we got another problem here. Okay, so I got B plus up here. You got that? B plus feeding the common on the relay. Okay, now we gotta get this power to the radio. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna cut this so that we're not splicing together with it. Or we can just jump over it, I guess. We're gonna take this right here, and we're gonna hear it right here. What else are we gonna do though? We gotta remember, okay, this right here is gonna be B plus. Okay. But what happens here, if I just mash this momentary button, Coppage is not paying attention. If I just mash this momentary button, is that really gonna stay energized?
No.
It's gonna go click, click, it's gonna let off, isn't it?
So it's just enough to switch it.
It's enough to click it, but it ain't enough to hold it. I want it to hold until I chirp the horn. See, I had to design this circuit myself because there wasn't anything out there like that. Okay, so what do we do now? Watch this. You ready?
Oh, so when the switch turns on, you're taking power that's being passed.
I go click, this goes over, power goes around here. This is actually gonna be carried by the relay, but this power also goes and keeps the coil energized until I chirp the horn. When I chirp the horn, this relay energizes, and it calls, when it says it's got 12 volts here, all of a sudden, the ground is neutralized and this relay drops out. You got that?
Mm-hmm.
All right, and here's another thing. Let's get rid of that one. And that's still on that car as far as I know. That car, my son Matt traded it in. The people that have it. I found another Ford relay that was exactly like the one for the horn, and I put it right next to it, and I wired all it up. Okay.
I need help.
Well, you getting smacked around?
Yes,
Okay.
I am getting smacked around back
All right, well, watch this while I'm doing that, okay? This right here, fuse, stoplight switch, great big lights on the motorhome. Big, huge lights. This stoplight switch was a little plastic affair on those F-53 chassis. And what it did was, it would burn out that switch. Now, they eventually came out with a switch that was more robust, that wouldn't burn out, it would just melt it, because it was just, carrying all these lights was just too much for it. Wouldn't blow the fuse, but it'd burn out the switch. All right, so how am I gonna put a relay in here? How am I gonna put a relay in here to do that? You better know how to do this. This is what you're gonna, I'm gonna give you this for a final, okay? You better know how to do it. So I'm gonna add a relay. I'm gonna take this switch and I'm gonna add a relay to this same circuit with a minimal amount of wiring to make this happen. Okay, here's my relay. Once again. All right, I'm gonna ground the relay. Okay?
You're gonna take a hotline.
I'm gonna take this wire right here, put it here.
Mm-hmm. Then you want to wire your common to the one right there above the other relay.
Yep. And that's gonna come off of the same fuse, basically.
And then.
So when you energize this switch right here, this crummy little switch, it energizes the relay pulls the stoplights.
Yeah.
It's trouble-free. Now, back in 1995, when the new round-bodied Explorers first came out, there was a Explorer that somebody bought that was a brand new vehicle, and they had these, it was the first time they had taken these headlight switches here. This kind of headlight switch had been taken off, and they put some little crummy, smaller switches that weren't quite as tough on there, that you just turn the knob and the switch comes on. And it was directly carrying the headlights. They drove it to Tennessee and it died. Destroyed the switch. Okay, the switch was destroyed, and they brought it in under warranty. And so I took and did a similar job like this, and I fixed the headlights with a relay. So they got a fuel pump relay, the pigtail that went with it, wired it up so that when you turn on the headlight switch, you were energizing the relay, and the relay was carrying the load of the lights. So the load was shifted from the switch to the relay. And I put since it was a forward relay, and I put it behind the headlight switch, and the way that I wired it up and everything, if you ever took that apart, you'd think, oh, this is factory. I wonder who put this here, you know, because it didn't look like anybody had added anything. Everything was soldered and heat shrinked, and it was like a permanent repair. I also got a new connector for the one that was melted, a new headlight switch and all that stuff. Well, time went on, and 6 years later, I came here to teach at the school. And a guy called me from Ford, and he says, do you remember this 95 Explorer that you fixed the headlights on because it burned the switch out back in 1995? And this was in, 2001. And I said, yeah, I remember that. And he says, well, there's a lot of these cars over in Europe that are burning up headlight switches, and I'm tasked with finding a field fix for it and writing a technical service bulletin. And so I need to know if you can tell me what you did to fix that. It's because it never came back in for any more repairs. I mean, they were looking at where somebody had fixed that and it never came back, for another repair. And so I drew him a schematic and sent it to him, and I guess he wrote a field fix with that for those cars in Europe. And I thought it was kind of funny. But I remembered it because I went into such detail with him. I actually drew him a schematic on the computer using paint with Ford wiring schematics and all, and sent it to him so he could see how it was supposed to be done. But I thought that was pretty interesting. But this was something right here that I used to do all the time. Something else you could do. Do you remember the one out here where I had all the marker lights? All the marker lights. I said, you did it. Where you can wire it up so that all the marker lights are being pulled by the relay instead of the headlight switch. Because if some guy that's about these running board lights, like 8 or 10 of them on each side, and they just go into the brown wire with a Scotch lock and go to those lights so they'll light up, and that's just fine until it burns up the headlight switch. And we would see these switches right here with the connector all melted and everything because somebody had done that. And so what we would do was I would take a new switch and a new connector and put it in there, and I would take and hook a relay up so that the relay was carrying these over the cab lights and these running board lights and all that kind of stuff, and it wouldn't any trouble. Know and understand how to do that. Now, whenever you guys are done in here, you're going to have to build a trailer tow package that's going to work right. That's going to be part of your. You're going to have 5 different final exam hands-ons, and that's going to be one of them. You got to build a trailer tow package. I'll give you the stuff to do it with, but you got to build it right the first time. You're gonna be happy with that. It requires 3 relays. You want the wires on the truck, and I actually got you doing that. There's actually an exercise out here on one of the live wire, the computers out there that's got that live wire stuff where you can build a circuit and turn them on and make them work. So don't neglect to do that.
I thought